Okay, so let's be real for a second. You've done everything right. The menu is perfect. The vibe is spot on. But you've still got empty tables some nights. What gives? Well, the real secret isn't just about getting people in the door once. It's about turning a total stranger into a loyal regular, the kind of person who brings all their friends. So let's dive in and break down exactly how you can make that happen.
Yeah, that's the big one, right? How do you actually get a complete stranger to become your most loyal customer? Here's the thing. It doesn't just happen by magic. It's a journey. And the good news is, it's a journey with clear, super manageable steps. If you can master these stages, you're not just gonna survive in this crazy competitive market. You're gonna thrive.
It used to be that you could just open your doors, make great food, and kind of hope for the best. Word of mouth would do the rest. Well, those days are long gone. The market is just so crowded now. You absolutely have to be proactive. You need a real strategy to get out there, grab people's attention, and give them a reason to pick you instead of the 10 other places they could order from with a single tap on their phone. And that strategy? It's basically a simple 3-step recipe. Super easy to remember. First, you've got to acquire new guests. That's just attracting strangers and getting on the radar. Next up, you convert them, which means turning that initial curiosity into an actual visit. And finally, and this is arguably the most important part, you retain them. This is the magic step of creating those loyal regulars who come back time and time again. So let's start with step 1. All right, first encounter, attracting guests. This is all about acquisition. Think of it as your first hello, your digital handshake with a potential customer. The goal here is super simple. You just want to build a list of people who've raised their hand and said, "Hey, I'm interested in what you're doing." Okay, so how do you actually capture these new leads? Well, you can think of it in two main places. Of course, there's the online world, sign up forms on your website, social media campaigns, that kind of thing. But honestly, the real gold mine is right there inside your own four walls. Putting a simple QR code on the table or integrating a sign up at your checkout, you're connecting with someone who is literally sitting there, enjoying your food. It doesn't get much warmer than that as a lead. But here's the trick, right? You have to make it an irresistible offer. You can't just ask for their email for nothing. You've got to give them something valuable in return. A free appetizer on their next visit? That is a tiny price to pay for a direct line to that customer's inbox. It's a super powerful incentive that practically guarantees they're going to be thinking about coming back. Okay, awesome. So you've got their attention, you have their email. But attention doesn't pay the bills, does it? Now we get to the next crucial step, the first bite, or conversion. How do we take that initial interest and turn it into a real paying customer, putting money in your till? Oh man, if you have online ordering, you know this pain. You just know it. Someone goes to your site, they pick out their food, they fill up their cart, and then, I don't know, their dog barks, they get a text message, and poof, gone. That's money that was this close to being yours, just vanishing into thin air. This is where a little bit of smart automation becomes your absolute best friend. It's called an abandoned cart flow. All it does is work silently in the background, and when someone leaves, it sends them a perfectly timed, friendly little nudge. Just a quick email or a text that says something like, "Hey, did you forget something tasty?" It is so simple, but it is a ridiculously high impact way to get back sales you would have just lost forever. And it's not just about abandoned carts. There are other awesome tools too, like a welcome series of emails for new subscribers. That's not just spam. It's your chance to introduce yourself, to tell your story. Or sending offers based on what they ordered last time. That shows you're paying attention. Even something as simple as a reservation reminder. Yeah, it helps with no-shows, but it also just makes the whole experience smoother and easier for your guest. Which brings us to the grand finale, the final, and I mean, by far, the most profitable stage, retention. Or as I like to call it, the welcome back. This, my friends, is the secret sauce. This is how you turn a one-time visitor into a regular who raves about you to everyone they know. Seriously, let this one sink in for a second. It is so much cheaper to get a current customer to come back than it is to find a brand new one. Your regulars, they are the absolute foundation of your business. They're not just reliable income, they're your walking, talking billboards. So focusing on them isn't just a nice to have thing, it is literally the most profitable thing you can do for your restaurant's future. So, how do you do it? Well, one fantastic way is to make it a bit of a game. A tiered loyalty program, like this example here, is genius. It taps into that part of us that loves to level up and achieve things. Moving from a silver member to a gold member isn't just about getting 10% off. It feels like you've earned something. It makes you feel like an insider, and it gives you a real reason to choose them again to unlock that next perk. And check this out. This is where automation can feel really human. A simple automatic birthday text, it's not really about the free dessert. It's about making Sarah feel special, remembered. So when her birthday rolls around and she's thinking, where should we go? That little text message makes you the immediate no-brainer choice. It creates a genuine connection. Really, the big idea here is to keep the conversation going. It's not just about one-off transactions. Sending out "we miss you" message can bring back someone who hasn't been in for a while. Asking for a review shows you actually care about their opinion. And a quick text about tonight's special, that's not just an ad, it's a helpful little ping that puts you on their mind right when they're deciding what to eat. So when you step back and look at the whole thing, you can see it's not just a bunch of random marketing tricks. It's a complete full circle recipe. It's this beautiful continuous loop where you acquire new people, you convert them into customers, you retain them as regulars, and then those happy regulars help you acquire even more new people. It just feeds itself. Now, the trick to making all of this work without going crazy is having it all in one place. A unified platform that lets you manage that whole journey from A to Z. From the very first time they saw your ad all the way to their 100th visit. Every single touch point becomes another chance to build on that relationship. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Every single person who comes across your restaurant, whether online or in person, is on a journey. And the big question you have to ask yourself is this: are you just going to let that journey happen by chance? Or are you going to be the one to actively, thoughtfully, and strategically guide them along the way?